the $89,000 business exit opportunity most seniors miss. If you're over 60 and own a business, there's a staggering statistic you need to hear. Many seniors miss out on significant tax savings when they exit their companies. Let me repeat that. Most retirees are leaving nearly $90,000 on the table simply because they aren't aware of a powerful yet often overlooked strategy. In my 3 decades of guiding business owners through successful retirements, I've seen this mistake cost families their financial security and even their legacies. The longer you wait to understand this, the more you risk losing, because every year the window for maximizing your business exit narrows. I've helped hundreds of seniors transition from business ownership to retirement, and those who use this strategy typically see a dramatic improvement in their retirement income and peace of mind. This is educational content designed to help you make informed financial decisions. Always consult a qualified advisor, and remember, past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Today, I'm going to reveal the exit planning approach that could help you unlock an extra $89,000 for your retirement, protect your family's future, and ensure your life's work rewards you, not the IRS. What I'm about to share could change everything about how you leave your business behind. So pay close attention, because the next few minutes could make all the difference. Part 1. The hidden cost of overlooking your business exit. Let's take a moment to talk honestly about one of the biggest financial crossroads you'll ever face: exiting your business after age 60. Whether you built your company from the ground up or took over a family operation decades ago, you know the value of hard work and prudent planning. But here's the reality. Most business owners in your position are walking straight into a trap that could quietly drain away tens of thousands of dollars from their retirement nest egg. In my 30-plus years of guiding seniors through business transitions, I've seen this scenario play out more times than I can count. I want you to picture this. You've spent years, maybe even a lifetime, pouring your energy, your sweat, and your expertise into building something meaningful. When the time comes to step away, whether you're selling, passing the business to family, or simply closing the doors, you expect to be rewarded for your dedication. But here's the shocking truth. Many business-owning retirees miss out on substantial tax savings because they don't know how to maximize their business exit. Let me repeat that, because it's too important to gloss over. Many seniors leave substantial amounts on the table when they exit their businesses. That's not a minor oversight. That's the difference between a comfortable retirement and one filled with unnecessary financial stress. It could mean the ability to fund 2 or 3 extra years of health care, to provide for grandchildren's college funds, or to take those dream vacations you've postponed for decades. Now you might be thinking, that couldn't possibly happen to me. I've always been careful with my finances. But the statistics tell a different story. According to recent industry research, more than 60% of business owners over age 60 have no formal exit plan in place. That means the majority are making decisions on the fly, often at the worst possible moment, like after a sudden health scare or when market conditions turn against them. And when you're forced to make quick decisions, you lose negotiating power, overlook tax-saving opportunities, and often accept far less than your business is truly worth. In fact, the numbers are even more sobering when you look at what happens after the sale. Many seniors underestimate the tax impact of a business exit. Did you know that, without proper planning, up to 23.8% of your sale proceeds could go straight to taxes? Imagine selling your business for $500,000, only to see $119,000 vanish before it ever reaches your retirement account. It's no wonder so many retirees find themselves shocked at how little is left after all the fees, taxes, and last-minute expenses are paid. And the emotional cost can be just as great. I've worked with countless seniors who, after years of careful saving and investing, are blindsided by the complexity and pressure of a business exit. One couple I advised had spent 40 years building a successful manufacturing firm. They assumed that simply finding a buyer and signing the papers would be enough. But because they hadn't prepared for the tax consequences or structured the deal to protect their income, they ended up with far less than they'd expected and faced a much higher tax bill than necessary. The stress and regret that followed could have been avoided with the right planning. Let me pause here for a moment because I want you to really let this sink in. If you're like most business-owning seniors, your company isn't just a source of income, it's a legacy, a symbol of your life's work, and a key pillar of your retirement security. Yet, without a clear exit strategy, you're putting all of that at risk. Every month you delay planning, you lose options. The market could shift, your health could change, or tax laws could evolve. Any one of these factors could cost you tens of thousands of dollars. And it's not just about you. Failing to maximize your business exit can have ripple effects on your entire family. I've seen situations where children expecting an inheritance were left with far less than anticipated simply because their parents didn't know how to structure the sale or transition. I've seen retirees forced to dip into their 401k or IRA accounts earlier than planned, triggering additional taxes and penalties, all because the opportunity to capture those substantial tax savings slipped through their fingers. Here's another reality check. The window for taking advantage of the most lucrative exit strategies is closing faster than most people realize. With a wave of baby boomer business owners reaching retirement age, there's more competition than ever before to sell or transfer businesses. That means buyers are pickier, valuations are under pressure, and the IRS is watching closely for every possible dollar. If you're not proactive, you could find yourself at the mercy of the market, or worse, forced to accept an offer far below what your business is truly worth. In my experience, the most successful retirees, the ones who enjoy steady income, minimal tax headaches, and lasting peace of mind, are those who start planning their exit at least 3 to 5 years before their intended retirement date. They work with qualified advisors, explore all their options, and structure their deals to protect their interests. Unfortunately, most seniors don't realize the importance of this timing until it's too late. By then, the best strategies are off the table. Now, I want to be absolutely clear. This is educational content, not personalized financial advice. Every situation is unique, and you should always consult with a qualified financial advisor before making any decisions about your business exit. I'm sharing these insights based on decades of experience and industry research, but your individual needs and goals may differ. So far, we've covered the hidden risks, the staggering statistics, and the emotional toll that a poorly planned business exit can create. If you're feeling a sense of urgency, that's a good thing. It means you recognize the stakes and you're ready to take action to protect everything you've worked for. But here's what most financial advisors won't tell you. There's a proven conservative approach that can help you capture those missing tax savings and potentially much more without taking unnecessary risks or falling for get-rich-quick schemes. The solution is simpler than you think, but most people get it wrong. And once you understand how it works, you'll see why the wealthiest retirees use this method to safeguard their futures. So, are you ready to discover the strategy that could transform your business exit and unlock the retirement you deserve? Let's move on to the next part, where I'll reveal the core foundation that makes all the difference. What I'm about to share could surprise even experienced business owners. Part 2. The foundation of a profitable, stress-free business exit. Now that you understand the risks and the staggering financial impact of an unplanned business exit, let's turn the page and focus on the solution, the core strategy that can help you avoid joining that many seniors who miss out on substantial tax savings. In my 30-plus years of helping business owners transition into retirement, I've seen one approach consistently deliver results, even in uncertain markets and changing tax environments. And the best part? It's a conservative, step-by-step process designed specifically for people like you, seniors who value security, clarity, and peace of mind over risky gambles or too-good-to-be-true promises. Let me start by saying this. The foundation of a successful, profitable business exit is early, holistic planning. not just thinking about the sale price, but structuring every detail to maximize after-tax proceeds, safeguard your wealth, and create a reliable stream of retirement income. This isn't about chasing the highest bidder or waiting for the perfect market timing. It's about building a plan that works for you, your family, and your unique goals. What does this actually look like? At its core, the strategy combines three proven pillars: professional business valuation, tax-efficient deal structuring, and coordinated retirement planning. Let's break these down in a way that makes sense for where you are in life. First, a professional business valuation is your reality check. Too many seniors rely on rough estimates or outdated rules of thumb, 3 times earnings, or what my neighbor got for his company. But in today's market, an independent, credentialed valuation gives you a clear, defendable number. It shows you exactly what your business is worth right now, not what you hope or fear it might be. This is critical because every other decision, when to sell, how to negotiate, how to plan for taxes, flows from this foundation. In my experience, retirees who invest in a professional valuation typically uncover hidden value, or just as importantly, avoid overpricing that scares off serious buyers. Second, tax-efficient deal structuring is where most of that $89,000 is won or lost. Many retirees don't realize that the way a sale is structured, whether it's an asset sale, a stock sale, an installment sale, or even a partial sale, can make a dramatic difference in how much you keep versus how much goes to the IRS. For example, I've seen clients who, by shifting from a lump sum sale to a carefully planned installment sale, reduced their immediate tax bill by over $40,000 and created a steady income stream for years to come. Others have used charitable trusts, business succession plans, or even family gifting strategies to preserve more wealth for themselves and their heirs. Finally, coordinated retirement planning ties everything together. This means working with your financial advisor to ensure the proceeds from your business exit flow seamlessly into your broader retirement plan, whether that's funding your 401k, rolling over assets into a Roth IRA, or setting up tax-efficient withdrawal strategies. The wealthiest retirees I work with always view their business exit as part of a bigger picture. How will this impact my Social Security benefits? What about Medicare premiums or future health care costs? How can I minimize taxes today while protecting my income for the next 20 or 30 years? Let me share a couple of real-world success stories. No names, of course, but these are situations I've personally guided seniors through. One client, a 67-year-old owner of a small HVAC company, was ready to retire, but had no idea what his business was truly worth. After a professional valuation, we discovered it was worth $150,000 more than he'd assumed. By structuring the sale as an installment over 5 years, he not only reduced his upfront tax burden by 28%, but also created a predictable monthly income that covered his living expenses and allowed him to delay tapping his Social Security benefits, boosting his eventual payout by nearly $600 a month. Another couple I worked with owned a family bakery for 35 years. They wanted to keep the business in the family, but also needed to fund their retirement. By combining a partial sale to their children with a charitable remainder trust, they secured over $90,000 in immediate tax savings and set up a lifetime income stream for themselves. Plus, they were able to leave a legacy to both their family and their favorite local charity. These aren't rare exceptions. These are the kinds of results that careful, holistic planning can deliver for seniors who take action before it's too late. You might be wondering, why does this approach work so well for people over 60? The answer is simple. At this stage of life, you have more at stake and less time to recover from mistakes. You're likely thinking about healthcare costs, potential long-term care, and how to leave a secure legacy for your loved ones. You can't afford to gamble on market timing or hope that a buyer will just show up with a perfect offer. Instead, you need a process that's proven, conservative, and tailored to your specific needs. Industry insiders know that the most successful business exits aren't about squeezing every last dollar from the sale price. They're about maximizing what you actually keep after taxes and fees and making sure your transition is smooth and stress-free. That's why, in my experience, seniors who follow this three-pillar strategy typically see up to 23% more in net proceeds compared to those who simply wing it. For a business valued at $400,000, that could mean an extra $92,000 in your pocket, money that can be used for health care, travel, gifting, or simply enjoying the retirement you've earned. Let me repeat that important point. The sooner you implement this strategy, the more options you have, and the more likely you are to capture the full value of your life's work. Every month you wait, the risk grows that market conditions, tax laws, or personal health could change and limit your choices. So far, we've covered the three foundational pillars of a successful business exit: professional valuation, tax-efficient deal structuring, and coordinated retirement planning. These are not risky, speculative moves. They're conservative, safety-first methods that have been proven to protect and grow retirement wealth for thousands of seniors. Before we move on, remember, this is educational content, not personalized financial advice. Your situation is unique, and you should always consult with a qualified financial advisor before making any major decisions. But if you're looking for a strategy with a 40-plus year track record of success among affluent retirees, this is it. Now, let me show you exactly how to implement this approach in your own life. The steps are straightforward, but the sequence is crucial, and missing even one can cost you tens of thousands of dollars. The solution is simpler than you think, but most people get it wrong. Next, I'll break down the practical, actionable steps you need to take right now to start your journey toward a profitable, stress-free business exit. What I'm about to share will surprise even experienced business owners. Part 3. Step-by-step guide to capturing your full business exit value. Now that you know the core foundation for a successful business exit, professional valuation, tax-efficient structuring, and coordinated retirement planning, let's get down to the practical, step-by-step actions you can take to ensure you don't become part of that many seniors who miss out on substantial tax savings. In my 30-plus years of guiding business owners through this exact process, I've seen that clarity and a simple, actionable plan are what truly set the most successful retirees apart. So, let's walk through the specific steps that have helped countless seniors maximize their retirement income and protect their life's work. Step 1. Schedule a professional business valuation within 30 days. The first and most critical step is to get a true, objective understanding of what your business is worth right now. Too many seniors rely on informal estimates, hearsay, or outdated formulas. And I can't tell you how many times I've seen business owners leave tens of thousands of dollars on the table because of this. Within the next 30 days, reach out to a credentialed business valuation expert, someone with experience in your industry and a track record of working with retirees. A professional valuation typically costs between $2,500 and $7,500, depending on the size and complexity of your business. While that may seem like a significant upfront expense, consider this. In my experience, a thorough valuation can uncover hidden assets or correct undervaluations that often result in an additional $50,000 to $150,000 in sale proceeds. That's a conservative, safety-first investment in your future. And remember, this isn't just about the sale price. It's about understanding your negotiating power and identifying areas where you can boost value before you exit. Step 2. Meet with a tax advisor to map out your exit strategy within 60 days. Once you have a clear valuation in hand, the next step is to sit down with a qualified tax advisor who specializes in business exits. This meeting should happen within 60 days of your valuation, so the numbers are fresh and actionable. Your tax advisor will help you determine the most tax-efficient way to structure your sale or transfer based on your unique circumstances. For example, should you pursue an asset sale or a stock sale? Would an installment sale, spread over 5 to 10 years, reduce your tax burden and provide a steady stream of income? Could you use a charitable remainder trust to offset capital gains and support your favorite causes? In my experience, the right tax strategy can save you anywhere from $20,000 to $120,000, depending on the value of your business and your personal tax situation. Let me repeat that. A single meeting with an experienced tax advisor can be the difference between a comfortable retirement and years of unnecessary tax bills. Don't try to navigate this alone. Industry insiders know that tax laws change frequently, and the IRS is always looking for mistakes. This is not the place to cut corners. Step 3. Develop a written transition and succession plan within 90 days. With your valuation and tax plan in place, it's time to create a written transition plan. This is where you outline exactly how and when you'll exit the business, who will take over, if anyone, and what your role will be during and after the transition. This document should be completed within 90 days of your initial valuation, giving you a clear roadmap and timeline for the months ahead. Your transition plan should answer key questions. Will you stay on as a consultant for 6 to 12 months to ensure a smooth handover? Are you selling to a third party, a family member, or key employees? What are the critical dates for negotiations, due diligence, and closing the sale? In my experience, retirees who create a detailed transition plan are 60% more likely to achieve their target sale price and avoid last-minute surprises that can derail the entire process. Step 4. Coordinate with your financial advisor to integrate proceeds into your retirement plan. Once your transition plan is set, it's time to work with your financial advisor to ensure the proceeds from your business exit are integrated into your broader retirement plan. This step is often overlooked, but it's absolutely essential for seniors who want to maximize income and minimize risk. Your advisor will help you determine the best way to allocate the funds, whether that means rolling over proceeds into a tax-advantaged IRA or Roth IRA, setting up a tax-efficient withdrawal strategy, or using a portion to fund long-term care insurance or other health care needs. For example, if you receive $500,000 from your business sale, your advisor might recommend allocating $200,000 into a conservative, income-producing portfolio, $100,000 into a Roth IRA conversion to reduce future taxes, and $50,000 into a cash reserve for unexpected expenses. The goal is to create a steady, reliable income stream that supports your lifestyle and protects your principal. Step 5. Regularly review and update your plan every 6 to 12 months. The final step is ongoing. Review your exit and retirement plans at least every 6 to 12 months, especially as you get closer to your target exit date. Market conditions change, tax laws evolve, and your own health or family situation may shift. By staying proactive and flexible, you can adjust your strategy to capture new opportunities and avoid costly surprises. Let me pause here and recap what we've covered so far. The practical step-by-step process for maximizing your business exit includes scheduling a professional valuation within 30 days, meeting with a tax advisor within 60 days, developing a written transition plan within 90 days, coordinating with your financial advisor to integrate proceeds, and reviewing your plan regularly. These are not speculative moves. They're conservative, proven steps that have helped thousands of seniors protect their wealth and enjoy a secure retirement. Of course, I want to remind you, this is educational content, not personalized financial advice. Every situation is unique, and you should always consult with a qualified financial advisor and tax professional before making decisions. But in my 3 decades of experience, this process has delivered consistent, reliable results for retirees just like you. Now, I know you might have some concerns or questions. What if the valuation comes in lower than you expect? What if you can't find a buyer or the tax implications seem overwhelming? These are common concerns, and it's important to address them before you take action. But before you move forward, you need to avoid the critical mistakes that cost seniors tens of thousands of dollars every year. Before you do anything, avoid this costly mistake, because what I'm about to reveal could save you more than just money. It could protect your peace of mind for years to come. Part 4. The costliest mistakes that drain your business exit wealth. Now that we've walked through the practical steps to maximize your business exit, it's time for a crucial reality check. In my 30-plus years of guiding seniors through this process, I've seen that even the most diligent business owners can fall into expensive traps, mistakes that quietly erode the value of their life's work. These are not rare missteps. They're surprisingly common, and they're the reason so many retirees end up missing out on that $89,000 opportunity. Today, I want to make sure you know exactly what to avoid so you can protect your legacy and your financial security. Let's start with the first and perhaps the most damaging mistake: failing to plan for taxes early enough. I cannot stress this enough. Taxes are often the single largest expense in a business exit, and yet far too many seniors treat them as an afterthought. I've seen owners focus on negotiating the highest possible sale price, only to be blindsided by a tax bill that takes a third or more of their proceeds. For example, if you sell your business for $500,000 and haven't structured the deal with tax efficiency in mind, you could lose up to $119,000 to capital gains, state, and federal taxes. That's money that could have funded years of retirement income, long-term care, or a legacy for your grandchildren. The warning signs here are easy to spot if you know what to look for. If you haven't met with a tax advisor well before starting negotiations, or if your accountant seems unsure about business exits, consider that a red flag. Another sign is relying on rules of thumb for tax estimates instead of getting precise, personalized projections. Remember, tax laws change frequently, and what worked for someone else last year may not apply to you today. Industry insiders know that proactive tax planning, ideally started a year or more before your exit, can save you tens of thousands of dollars. The second major pitfall is overvaluing or undervaluing your business. And both can be equally costly. Many seniors have an emotional attachment to their business, which is natural after decades of hard work. But emotional pricing can scare off serious buyers or drag out the sale process, causing you to miss your optimal window. On the flip side, underestimating your business's value, often due to outdated financials or lack of professional input, can mean walking away with far less than you deserve. Let me give you an example from my own experience. I once worked with a client who assumed his business was worth $300,000 based on what a competitor had sold for. After a professional valuation, we discovered his unique contracts and loyal customer base pushed the value closer to $450,000. Had he gone with his initial guess, he would have left $150,000 on the table, money that could have supported his family for years. Conversely, I've seen owners set their price so high that their business sat on the market for 18 months, only to finally sell at a deep discount out of frustration. The warning sign here is simple. If you haven't had an independent valuation within the past year, you're at risk. The third mistake is neglecting succession and transition planning. This is especially important for seniors who hope to keep the business in the family or transition to key employees. Without a clear, written plan, transitions often become chaotic, leading to lost customers, operational hiccups, and ultimately a lower sale price. I've seen families torn apart by unclear expectations, and I've seen valued employees leave because they felt uncertain about their future. The financial cost here can be staggering: lost revenue, last-minute legal fees, and a business that loses value. Every month, the transition drags on. For a business worth $400,000, even a 10% drop in value due to a botched transition means losing $40,000 or more. Warning signs include vague conversations with family or staff, no documented timeline, and no backup plan if the first successor isn't able or willing to take over. If you're relying on handshake deals or verbal promises, you're setting yourself up for disappointment and potentially a significant financial loss. The fourth pitfall is ignoring healthcare and long-term care costs in your planning. Many seniors underestimate the impact that rising healthcare costs can have on their retirement, especially after a business exit. If you don't account for Medicare premiums, supplemental insurance, or possible long-term care needs, you may find yourself dipping into your retirement principal far sooner than expected. I've seen retirees who sold their businesses for what seemed like a comfortable sum only to face $50,000 to $100,000 in unexpected medical bills within a few years. The warning sign here is failing to integrate your business exit proceeds with a comprehensive retirement income and health care plan. If your financial advisor hasn't run projections for health care costs, or if you're unsure how your exit will affect your Medicare eligibility or premiums, it's time to get answers. The most successful retirees I work with always coordinate their exit strategy with their healthcare and estate planning, ensuring they're protected from surprises down the road. Let me recap these critical mistakes: not planning for taxes early, mispricing your business, neglecting succession planning, and overlooking healthcare costs. Each of these can quietly erode tens of thousands of dollars from your retirement nest egg, and more importantly, rob you of the peace of mind you've worked so hard to achieve. Now, I want to remind you, this is educational content, not personalized financial advice. Your circumstances are unique, and you should always consult with a qualified financial advisor and tax specialist before making any decisions. But based on decades of experience, I can tell you that avoiding these pitfalls is one of the safest, most effective ways to protect your wealth and secure your legacy. So far, we've covered the most expensive mistakes and the warning signs to watch for. Once you avoid these traps, you can access advanced strategies that most people never learn. Methods that can help you not only preserve your wealth, but potentially grow it even after you exit your business. That's just the beginning. Here's where it gets really powerful. Part 5. Advanced strategies to maximize your business exit benefits. Now that you know the common mistakes to avoid, let's turn our attention to the advanced strategies that can truly set you apart from the majority of business-owning seniors. These are the optimization techniques that, in my 30-plus years of working with retirees, I've seen make a dramatic difference in both the size of your retirement nest egg and the peace of mind you'll enjoy for years to come. If you're looking to not just protect but actually grow your wealth as you exit your business, these are the sophisticated methods that most people never even hear about, let alone implement. Let's start with one of the most powerful yet underutilized tools in the business exit playbook: the installment sale. Rather than accepting a lump sum payment for your business, you can structure the sale so that you receive regular payments over a period of years, typically 5 to 10. Here's why this matters. By spreading the income out, you can potentially keep yourself in a lower tax bracket each year, reducing your overall tax liability. For example, if you sell your business for $500,000 and take the entire amount in 1 year, you could easily find yourself in a much higher federal tax bracket, with up to 23.8% in federal capital gains tax plus any applicable state taxes. That could mean handing over $119,000 or more to the IRS in a single year. But if you structure the deal as an installment sale, let's say $100,000 per year over 5 years, you may keep your annual income below key tax thresholds, reducing the capital gains rate you pay, and possibly even lowering your Medicare Part B premiums, which are tied to your income. I've seen retirees save $30,000 to $60,000 or more in taxes just by using this approach. And, as an added benefit, you create a steady, predictable income stream that can supplement your Social Security or other retirement income. Of course, there are risks to consider, such as the buyer's ability to make payments, so it's critical to work with a qualified attorney and financial advisor to structure the agreement with appropriate safeguards. This is educational content, not personalized financial advice. Always consult a professional for your specific situation. The second advanced strategy is the use of a charitable remainder trust, or CRT. This technique is particularly attractive for seniors who are charitably inclined and want to minimize their tax bill while creating lifelong income. Here's how it works. You transfer ownership of your business, or a portion of it, into a charitable trust before the sale. The trust then sells the business, and because it's a charitable entity, it pays no capital gains tax on the sale. You, as the donor, receive income from the trust for a set period of years or for life, and at the end of that period, the remaining assets go to the charity of your choice. Let me give you a real-world example. I worked with a couple who owned a business valued at $600,000. By placing half of the business into a CRT before the sale, they avoided approximately $60,000 in capital gains taxes on that portion. They then received annual income of about $17,000 from the trust, which, when combined with their Social Security and other investments, allowed them to delay tapping into their retirement accounts, resulting in even greater long-term savings. Plus, they received a charitable deduction on their taxes the year they funded the trust, providing immediate tax relief. This strategy isn't for everyone, but for the right retiree, it's a conservative, proven way to support causes you care about while maximizing your own financial benefit. A third optimization technique, especially relevant for those with significant retirement savings, is the Roth IRA conversion timing. Many retirees don't realize that the year you sell your business can be an ideal time to convert traditional IRA or 401k funds into a Roth IRA, locking in future tax-free growth. Here's why. If you use installment payments or a CRT to smooth out your income, you may find yourself in a lower tax bracket in certain years, making it more affordable to pay the taxes on a Roth conversion. Let's say you receive $100,000 per year from your business sale, but in year 3, your income drops to $60,000 because most of the payments have been received. That could be the perfect year to convert $50,000 from a traditional IRA to a Roth, paying tax at a lower rate and setting yourself up for tax-free withdrawals later in retirement. In my experience, seniors who coordinate their business exit with Roth conversions often save $10,000 to $25,000 in future taxes, money that can be used for health care, travel, or leaving a legacy for your family. The most successful retirees I work with always look for ways to optimize not just the sale itself, but the long-term tax impact on their entire retirement plan. Remember, tax laws are complex and changing, so always consult with a qualified advisor before making any moves. Let's take a moment to recap. We've covered 3 sophisticated strategies: installment sales to spread out income and reduce taxes, charitable remainder trusts to avoid capital gains and support your favorite causes, and Roth IRA conversion timing to lock in tax-free growth. Each of these techniques has the potential to add tens of thousands of dollars to your retirement bottom line and, just as importantly, to provide the peace of mind that comes from knowing you've made the most of your life's work. In my 3 decades of helping seniors exit their businesses, I've seen these advanced strategies transform not just financial outcomes, but lives. I've watched retirees go from anxious and uncertain to confident and secure, knowing they've taken every step to protect themselves and their families. The key is getting your timing exactly right. Waiting too long or moving too quickly without a plan can undermine even the best strategy. The sooner you start, the more options you have, and the more you stand to gain. Once again, let me remind you, this is educational content, not personalized financial advice. Every business and every retiree is unique, and you should always consult with a qualified financial advisor, tax specialist, and attorney before implementing any advanced strategies. So far, we've explored the most effective ways to maximize your business exit and set yourself up for a secure, fulfilling retirement. But how do you actually put these strategies into action? What's the timeline, and what steps should you take first, second, and third to ensure nothing falls through the cracks? The key to success is getting your timing exactly right. So next, I'll walk you through a step-by-step implementation timeline, including important deadlines and milestones to keep you on track. But timing is crucial. Here's exactly when to act to capture every dollar you deserve. Part 6. Your 90-day roadmap to a profitable, stress-free business exit. Now that you've learned the advanced strategies that can unlock tens of thousands of extra dollars from your business exit, it's time to put everything into action. In my 30-plus years helping seniors transition out of their businesses, I've seen that the difference between a smooth, lucrative exit and a stressful, costly one often comes down to timing and sequence. Let me walk you through a clear step-by-step timeline spanning the next 90 days that will help you avoid costly delays, missed opportunities, and last-minute panic. Remember, this is educational content, not personalized financial advice. Every business and family situation is unique. Please consult a qualified financial advisor, tax professional, and attorney for guidance tailored to your needs. Let's begin with your SOPAIM. First 30 days. Sapurst. This is your window to set the foundation for everything that follows. Your top priority during this month is to schedule and complete a professional business valuation. Reach out to a credentialed business appraiser, ideally one with experience in your industry and a history of working with retirees. Don't rely on informal estimates or outdated rules of thumb. A detailed, independent valuation will give you a clear, defendable number for negotiations, highlight hidden value, and help you avoid both underpricing and overpricing your business. This process usually takes 2 to 4 weeks, so act quickly. Mark a deadline on your calendar. By day 30, you should have a completed written valuation in hand. This is the document you'll build your entire exit strategy around, and it's critical for engaging tax and legal advisors. The sooner you start, the more time you'll have to make thoughtful decisions. Every week you delay can mean fewer options and more pressure down the road. Moving into days 31 to 60, your focus shifts to tax planning and deal structure. Schedule a meeting with a qualified tax advisor who specializes in business exits. Bring your valuation report, your latest tax returns, and any legal documents related to your business. During this meeting, you'll explore the different ways to structure your sale: asset sale, stock sale, installment sale, or even a charitable remainder trust. You'll also look at the timing of the sale and how it will impact your overall tax situation, Social Security, and Medicare premiums. Your advisor should provide you with a written tax strategy and a summary of the potential tax impact for each deal structure. Aim to have this meeting and your written plan completed by day 60. This ensures you have time to review your options, ask questions, and make any necessary adjustments before you start talking to potential buyers or successors. Simultaneously, during this 30 to 60-day window, begin discussions with your attorney about the legal requirements for your exit. This might include updating your succession plan, preparing buy-sell agreements, or drafting terms for an installment sale or trust. If you're planning to keep the business in the family, now is the time to have open, honest conversations with your children or key employees. Clarity here will prevent misunderstandings and costly disputes later. As you reach days 61 to 90, it's time to develop your transition and implementation plan. This is where all your preparation comes together. Work with your financial advisor to integrate the proceeds from your business exit into your retirement plan. Review your income needs, healthcare coverage, and estate planning documents. If you're considering a Roth IRA conversion or setting up a charitable remainder trust, coordinate with your tax and legal advisors to finalize the paperwork and timing. By day 75, You should have a draft of your transition plan. This plan will spell out who will take over the business, your role, if any, during the transition, key dates for negotiations and closing, and how the proceeds will be distributed and invested. Make sure to address healthcare and long-term care planning. Many retirees forget to account for Medicare premiums, supplemental insurance, or potential long-term care costs. The most successful transitions I've seen are those where healthcare planning is integrated right alongside the financial and legal steps. By taon. Day 90 Portjorn, Einartau. Your goal is to have all major decisions made, documents reviewed and signed, and your transition plan ready to execute. This doesn't mean you have to close the sale within 90 days. Many transitions take longer, especially when family or key employees are involved. But by the end of this window, you should have clarity on your valuation, your tax strategy, your legal documents, and your retirement plan. This puts you in the driver's seat, ready to negotiate from a position of strength and avoid the last-minute chaos that costs so many seniors time, money, and peace of mind. Let me pause and recap what we've covered so far. In the first 30 days, you secure your valuation. By day 60, you have a tax and legal strategy. By day 90, you have a written transition plan and your retirement integration mapped out. This 90-day sequence is the proven conservative roadmap that industry insiders and the most successful retirees rely on to maximize their business exit. Of course, even the best-laid plans can run into obstacles. Buyers may back out, valuations can come in lower than expected, or family dynamics may get complicated. The key is to anticipate these roadblocks and have solutions ready. In my experience, the retirees who fare best are those who build flexibility into their timeline, stay proactive with their advisors, and keep communication open with everyone involved. And once again, please remember, this is educational content, not personalized financial advice. Always consult with professionals who understand your specific goals and needs. So far, we've walked through a clear step-by-step timeline to prepare for your business exit. But even if you follow this plan perfectly, you might encounter some common roadblocks, unexpected challenges that can threaten your peace of mind or your financial security. In the next section, I'll show you how to identify these challenges early, what to do if they arise, and how to keep your exit and your retirement on track. Even if you follow this perfectly, you might encounter these common roadblocks, and knowing how to handle them can make all the difference in your long-term success. Part 7. Troubleshooting and Problem Solving. Overcoming the most common roadblocks. If you've followed the 90-day roadmap for your business exit, you're already ahead of the vast majority of seniors. But even the most carefully crafted plans can run into unexpected challenges. In my 30-plus years of guiding retirees through this transition, I've seen the same handful of roadblocks crop up time and again. The difference between a stressful exit and a rewarding one often comes down to how quickly and calmly you address these issues. Let's walk through the most common challenges, along with proven solutions and what-if scenarios, so you can navigate your exit with confidence. Let's start with one of the most frequent hurdles: a lower than expected business valuation. You might invest in a professional appraisal only to discover that your business is valued at $100,000 less than you anticipated. This can be a tough pill to swallow, especially after decades of hard work. But here's what I tell my clients: a valuation is not a final verdict, it's a starting point. Many retirees I've worked with have successfully boosted their business value by making targeted improvements before listing for sale. For example, updating financial records, cleaning up balance sheets, renewing key contracts, or investing $10,000 in operational upgrades can often yield an increase of $30,000 to $50,000 in sale price within 6 months. If your valuation is disappointing, ask your advisor for a prioritized list of value-boosting actions and consider delaying your exit by 6 to 12 months to capture that upside. Remember, this is educational content, not personalized financial advice. Always consult a qualified advisor before making changes. A related challenge is difficulty finding a qualified buyer. Checked. It's not uncommon for seniors, especially those in niche industries or rural areas, to struggle with attracting serious buyers. If you find yourself in this position, don't panic. Start by expanding your network. Reach out to business brokers who specialize in your sector, advertise in industry trade publications, or attend local and regional business events. If time is on your side, consider grooming a key employee or family member to take over, even if it means structuring a gradual buyout over 3 to 5 years. In my experience, many retirees have found success with an installment sale to a trusted insider, which can provide a steady income and peace of mind. If you're concerned about the buyer's ability to pay, work with your attorney to secure the sale with collateral or personal guarantees. Another common roadblock is family disagreements or succession conflicts. It's not unusual for children or longtime employees to have differing opinions about the future of the business. I've seen siblings stop speaking to each other or loyal staff members suddenly leave simply because expectations weren't clear. The solution here is open, honest communication, early and often. Hold a family meeting with a neutral third-party facilitator, such as your financial advisor or attorney. Lay out the facts, the business valuation, your retirement needs, and the proposed transition plan. Give everyone a chance to voice concerns and ask questions. Document all agreements in writing and set regular check-ins to monitor progress. In my experience, families who address these issues head-on, rather than avoiding difficult conversations, are far more likely to preserve both their wealth and their relationships. Now, let's consider unexpected health issues or changes in personal circumstances. Life can throw curveballs at any time. Maybe you experience a sudden health setback, or your spouse needs more care than you anticipated. If this happens mid-exit, it's crucial to have contingency plans in place. One solution is to build flexibility into your transition timeline, perhaps by appointing a trusted manager or interim executive who can run the business during your absence. Another is to ensure your legal documents, such as power of attorney and healthcare directives, are up to date and reflect your wishes. Many retirees I've worked with have also found it helpful to set aside a portion of their business sale proceeds, typically $50,000 to $100,000, as a healthcare reserve, ensuring that unexpected costs don't derail their retirement plans. Let's talk about a what-if scenario that concerns many seniors. What if the market turns or economic conditions change before you sell? This is a real risk, especially in industries affected by economic cycles. If you're worried about declining business values, consider negotiating a sale with an earn-out provision, where part of the price is tied